Immortality favors those who slay the monster untouched by all others. Only then will your name be remembered. Murodjon Akhmadaliev is one of Uzbekistan's brightest boxing talents and a rising star in the super bantamweight division. With a rich amateur pedigree, compiled over 280 wins and only 20 losses, including a bronze medal at the 2016 Rio Olympics, Akhmadaliev was widely recognized as one of the world's top prospects before turning pro. Since his pro debut in 2018, Akhmadaliev has climbed the ranks with astounding speed, capturing the unified WBA and IBF super bantamweight titles in just his 8th fight, a feat that ties him for the fastest male unified champion in boxing history. Now, as he stands at the forefront of the division, daring to challenge the reigning, undisputed super bantamweight world champion, the monster Inoue, for all 4 crowns. In boxing, styles make fights, so it's essential to first understand Akhmadaliev's approach and what makes him dangerous. Akhmadaliev is a technically sharp, pressure-orientated southpaw who personifies the educated pressure fighter, relentless yet always in control. His foundation lies in blending constant forward movement with a high level of technical pressure. Operating primarily off his front foot, he dictates the pace of the fight. What sets Akhmadaliev apart isn't just his aggression, but the methodical way he applies pressure. He maintains a busy yet measured tempo. Every action is intentional, designed to break down opponents by sustaining a high pace throughout the fight. Facing a pressure fighter is already a daunting challenge, but Akhmadaliev adds another layer of difficulty as a southpaw who fights from angles. He uses lead hand control to dictate distance to set up his blitzing left hand. This stance naturally creates angles that disrupt orthodox opponents, making it difficult for them to find a rhythm. Akhmadaliev's lead hand action and constant battle for lead foot positioning are central to his approach. The outside angle is where southpaws typically thrive, and Akhmadaliev uses it to keep the pace high. If an opponent can't keep up, they quickly find themselves bombarded by his compact, rapid-fire combinations. He is a disciplined puncher, keeping his shots short and crisp, relying on speed for efficiency. This allows him to beat opponents to the punch, minimize openings for counters, while maximizing punch output.
Around the corner for Roman. Really top there. Oh, there was a big left-handed uppercut from Akhmadaliev teeing off.
Akhmadaliev's commitment to the body further distinguishes his style. He systematically targets the ribs and midsection, breaking down his opponent's base with well-placed shots. This relentless body attack saps energy and gradually wears opponents down, opening up the head from behind the guard. With such a versatile arsenal, Akhmadaliev has demonstrated the ability to box effectively at range from the outside.
Akhmadaliev shaking his left hand after throwing that.
But he stepped on the toe of Castillo, and that's what knocked Castillo off balance.
And mix it up on the inside when necessary.
But your point there, back comes Akhmadaliev.
Lands at will. Every time he throws, he's landing shots. Look at that, nice up.
His keen sense for reading and adapting to opponents allows him to exploit weaknesses as the bout unfolds, making him a dynamic fighter.
Despite, because
at this point, I don't understand why Castillo's backing up. You know, right here, MJ throws a nice right hook, followed.
In an open stance matchup, a southpaw's effectiveness hinges on the footwork. To attack efficiently, the southpaw must be able to cut sharp angles. Akhmadaliev exemplifies this, as his speed is evident not only in his hands, but also in his quick, agile footwork.
Naoya, where Rio's
in that fight. You got to go and lay down the law, don't you? You do. Got forced him to reset.
This allows him to control space with swift, efficient movements. Rather than relying on darting in and out, Akhmadaliev uses subtle, precise steps to maintain balance while applying pressure and securing optimal positioning. These subtle adjustments mark the beginning of his strategy of taking away space by steadily pressing his opponents onto the back foot. Akhmadaliev methodically cuts off the ring, cutting off escape routes and keeping opponents contained. Once the exits are closed, the combinations unfold.
And,
To the breadbasket, or if it's going to the top shelf.
for sure.
While most pressure boxers are only effective pressing in action, Akhmadaliev has demonstrated a strong ability to box off his back foot as well, effectively blending offensive movement with sharp counterpunching. He maintains balance and composure while remaining elusive, using subtle pivots and lateral steps to create angles to avoid incoming offense. Akhmadaliev's footwork allows him to control distance, making opponents reach and overcommit, which he exploits with quick, accurate counters. His ring awareness ensures he rarely gets trapped against the ropes, as he transitions smoothly from defense to offense, capitalizing on openings as opponents press forward. This skill set enables Akhmadaliev to remain dangerous even when pressured, showcasing his versatility and high ring IQ.
From Espinoza, typical Mexican reaction to getting put down. He's swinging it out.
Just cleaner work from Akhmadaliev.
Akhmadaliev's defense is characterized by tight, high guard fundamentals combined with subtle head movement and disciplined footwork. He maintains a compact guard that protects his chin and body, often using his forearms and gloves to block and parry incoming shots while remaining poised to counter. Akhmadaliev's lateral movement and ability to pivot off the center line makes him difficult to hit cleanly, especially against an aggressive opponent.
He was resilient, and now he's coming forward, looking to hurt Akhmadaliev. And what a difference a fight makes in our last fight.
His defensive awareness is complemented by intelligent distance management, allowing him to control exchanges and minimize damage while setting up his own offensive attacks.
Another uppercut to the body.
Overall, his defense is efficient, blending classic Eastern European technique with effective aggression.
We've seen that. And there's an uppercut again on the inside.
Akhmadaliev, while a solid defensive fighter, occasionally shows vulnerabilities when engaging in exchanges, as he can be hit cleanly, particularly if his opponent is able to split his high guard with sharp punches. Despite being a strong puncher, he lacks true one-punch knockout power, tending instead to wear opponents down over the course of a fight rather than ending bouts abruptly. Additionally, at the elite level of the 122-pound division, Akhmadaliev is not the biggest or longest fighter, which may put him at a disadvantage against opponents like Inoue, who possesses notable explosiveness and reach. Finally, Akhmadaliev has yet to face someone with Inoue's rare combination of speed, power, and finishing ability, making such a matchup a significant and untested challenge for Akhmadaliev. Akhmadaliev faces several critical challenges against Inoue, who is widely regarded as the hardest puncher in the division. The first question is whether Akhmadaliev's chin and defensive skill can withstand Inoue's explosive offense, as Inoue's power has troubled even the most durable opponents. Another key factor is Akhmadaliev's pressure fighting style. While he typically thrives by imposing his will, it remains to be seen if he can do so against Inoue, or if Inoue's movement, timing, and punching power will force Akhmadaliev to fight more cautiously than usual. Akhmadaliev's body attack is one of his signature weapons, but landing effectively to Inoue's midsection will require him to close the distance without exposing himself to dangerous counters. Additionally, Inoue's elite hand speed and ability to create angles present a complex problem. Akhmadaliev must find ways to adapt defensively and avoid being caught by Inoue's quick, sharp counters. In the theater of the unexpected, the hunter can quickly become the hunted. Ultimately, victory will hinge on which fighter can oppose the will and exploit the opponent's weaknesses. Both boxers are renowned for their intelligence and adaptability in a ring, making this a true battle of wits. The winner will likely be the one who solved the other's puzzle first. With the undisputed belts at stake, both men are fighting not just for titles, but for the lasting imprint that victories will leave on the sport.